Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Adrienne and I live in New York City. So my channel is called Adrienne in New York City because I was feeling creative that day and that's what I came up with. So I'm so glad to have you back. This is one of my 30-day challenges where I challenge myself to use the makeup I have. And today I decided to do something inspired by a theme, and that theme is money. Green money. And that's why I'm wearing all this green eyeshadow, green jewelry. I really wanted to kind of do a full face of my most expensive products. So that's what I did. If that interests you, and if you're interested to learn about the Lippie of the day, which was Indian Rose Tom Ford, stay tuned and you'll see me apply all of these powders and things. And on my eyes, this gorgeous eyeshadow from Clionadh called Trefoil. Beautiful. I think it's a great combination. So if that interests you, stay tuned. So I thought it would be fun to kind of put on, I already have my base done because I don't have a fancy, super expensive foundation, but I did try to like up the cost of my foundation. I prime my skin with the Marc Jacobs Youthquake, which cha-ching. I mixed the It Cosmetics CC cream in light with a little bit of this guy and a little bit of Glossier Future Dew. So I think that has a price tag. And then I use the First Aid Beauty Bendy Avocado for my under eyes, conceal little blemishes. So that's where we're at right now. Oh wait, no, I did my eyebrows too. I used the Benefit Brow Styler. Still not loving this. I really don't like this part of it, this kind of powder. But I used the pen this side, which is a real chunky pen. More chunky than their other angled pen. So yeah, that's this one here. And it's in 4.5, I believe. Which normally I don't, yeah, 4.5. I usually use 5. But I had it. I'm going to use it. So far, that's what we have on the face. And so I thought, let's keep piling on expensive makeup. I'm wearing expensive jewelry. This is a ring that my mom gave me, passed down from my grandma. It's a real emerald. For those of you who don't know, have I talked about this? I think I've talked about this in some video, but my parents are Colombian. I'm Colombian. I was born in the States, but my parents came to the US from Colombia, and so Colombia is very big on emeralds. And so we have some really pretty pieces. Yeah, so they kind of passed that along to me. So pretty happy about that. Was born in the right family. I like to be bejeweled. I thought it would be fun to use face products that are kind of my most pricey. I'm just trying to calculate because I have an Hourglass, like one of these palettes, which is pricey, definitely pricey. But I also have Charlotte Tilbury. Yeah, let's use Hourglass. Let's use Hourglass. So I'm going to go in with the bronzer. And in this palette, this was like from a few years ago. I actually did purchase the Sculpt. This is the Volume 4 Lightning Edit. The bronzer here is Filtered Bronze Light. This bronzer I actually like. I did purchase the Sculpt palette this year and I returned it. Terrible, but the bronzer was clownish on me. I mean, like clownish. it was actually a palette which I was happy to see, made for someone with medium skin tone, venturing even into dark. I felt like it was a palette that could work. Like this type of palette, this wouldn't work for a medium skin tone to dark, I don't think. I mean, the bronzer is very, very light, but it works for me. So yeah, I hate returning stuff, but I bought it on day one from Hourglass, and when it got to me, I nearly cried. No exaggeration. I was so mad that the bronzer was so foolishly dark on me. But this is this bronzer. Love this bronzer. Gonna go in with the same brush. I should be using expensive brush. You know what? Let me use an expensive brush. Wayne Goss, expensive brush. This is the Wayne Goss number 11 brush. I love his brushes. I don't have a lot of them, but the ones that I have are extraordinary. Definitely my favorite brushes. They're so soft. They're so easy to clean. They feel expensive, unlike the stupid Renfer brushes I bought, which feels so cheap. So yeah, it's his brushes are great quality. I would definitely invest in more if I need it, but you know, you saw me use e.l.f. because they also have some great brushes, so it's hard to commit to one when you see how great another is. Let's see, highlighter. Let's put on some highlighter. Why not? I don't even know if I like this highlighter. I don't give this highlighter any love. Oh, it's pretty. It's actually quite subtle. I mean, I shouldn't be expecting anything less. Oh, I'm also wearing like my most expensive sweater. I told you, I felt like a theme. Pricey, price tag theme. Because I am the Lippie I'm doing today is a Lippie I struggled buying. Like, I sat on buying this for almost a year because I couldn't believe I was thinking about paying this price for a Lippie, and I did finally. And I love it. I don't think it's the kind of thing where you want to buy many, you know, brushes of the kind, but if you want to invest in one, go for it. So this is just the ambient powder. I just like to swish around these two here. Oh, and this blush, I think it's exclusive to this palette, but maybe not. It's the Euphoric, no, that's not right. It is the Strobe Blush in Euphoric Fusion. Maybe it's not exclusive. And the two finishing powders I am mixing are Dim Light and Diffuse Light. I'm not a powder person. I really got this because just thought it was a great all-in-one palette so that if I needed a powder, I had it. And I've been happy with it, and it's aged really well. I've already had it 2 years, and it's wonderful. I love it. I use it. I don't have a lot of face palettes. I'm happy with it. What else did I want to use? Oh, I thought it would be fun to also use a very expensive eyeshadow. Not a palette, a single eyeshadow. I'm just trying to find my eye primer or an eye primer. I don't know. I have this Lorac eye primer. I don't think I've ever used this. Yes, I have. I can tell I have. Well, I don't know if this is any good, but I'm going to put a very expensive, And the reason I chose this eyeshadow is because I'm pretty sure on December 18th, Clionadh is having a sale. Now, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about this sale. The reason I don't want to talk about it is because I paid full price for my Clionadh shadows. And I have some on the way from the time just recently where they reopened their store. And I had no idea they were going to go on sale. I didn't think these products would go on sale. It's an indie brand. And they're like beautiful. They're so beautiful. I'm actually happy to pay full price. But now that I know there's a sale, I'm sort of like, huh? I don't want to talk about it. But I will be wearing one of the Clionadh shadows, and it's a one and done shadow to top it all off, to make matters even better. So these are my Clionadh shadows here that I have so far. Just really, really, really beautiful. Love them, love them, love them. They are very fragile, very fragile, very fragile. And I'm going to be using one of the, what is this called? Jeweled multi-chromes, and this is Trefoil. And if you see it, it's like goes from a yellow to a green to a turquoise. It's really beautiful. I actually just apply them straight on. I think that's what they say. They feel like cream. They're not creamy, but they feel like cream, and I just apply them with my hand. They tell you not to buff them too much because they have a dark base, and if you buff them too much, the base kind of wins over. So I'm just gonna put as much as I can on here, and then I'm gonna take a brush and just lightly work around the edge to clean up the shape, because I went a little cuckoo. Okay, Renfer. You know, the Renfer brushes are nice, but the handle feels like nothing. It weighs nothing. It's just feels very, very cheap. And when you're working like a long time, like blending like this, and you're working with something that doesn't really have any weight, it's actually uncomfortable, which I know sounds weird. Sorry, woo! My whole setup nearly died. Yeah, it's sort of like, it's a little, I'm just taking a little of my reusable cotton swab or cotton pads. Just wanted to clean up the edge. So this is it for this eye look. It's nothing like crazy, but I wanted to kind of keep in line with the expensive. So I'm just going to do the same thing to the other eye. I mean, look how beautiful that is. Oh, that's delicious. Like if this were a candy, it's like the kind of makeup where it's just so beautiful. It hits like every aesthetic. It hits like, you know, even if you're not into makeup, you cannot deny how gorgeous. Like it's art. It's art in makeup. I always tell people, like, everything has some artistry to it, some flair. And when you see that, when you see it in music, when you see it in sculpture, and whatever it might be, you really, like, you don't have to be an expert in anything, an expert in you know, music, writing, anything. When something is done so well, including when architecture is done so well, or when someone makes a pottery, when you have a feeling, when it evokes a feeling in you, then you know that person, that artist did something. And I feel like, as silly as it sounds, whatever the hell is happening in our northern country at Clionadh's labs, I can tell you they're hitting it out of the park. This is artistry in makeup. I really believe that. And I'm so happy that YouTube introduced me to this. So I just want to show you like how pretty, because of that multi-chrome, I turn my head and it just changes colors. and it makes it look like you're wearing 3 different shadows. And that's why I like this. And I think a single jeweled multi-chrome is about $20, which for me is pretty expensive. A single eyeshadow for 20 bucks, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. So that's that, but I think it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful with this jewelry and this sweater. I feel like a green frog princess. I love it. Let me just put on some mascara. I was going to put some eyeliner on, but I don't think I need it. Even though I want to up the price tag of this whole look. And it's pretty even, the shadow, from what I see. Oh, today was a Monday. It was a Monday. But I got some stuff done that I had not wanted to do. I'm taking Friday off just to get stuff done in my house. And yeah, maybe I can manifest a Christmas or some kind of celebration. I don't know. Right now, I'm like on the fence of celebrating anything. So now the pièce de résistance. Tom Ford. Oh, Tom Ford. You know, I remember my sister and I walking through Macy's when Tom Ford's lipsticks first came out. And she had read an article about them and she was like, we gotta go swatch these lipsticks. Apparently they're amazing. They're for like $50. They're amazing. We have to go. And we went to the counter and we swatched the lipsticks and we both look at each other like, are you kidding? Like $50? No. And we even told the lady and she was like, what can you do? So I turned my nose at it. I walked right away. And I have been walking way away from Tom Ford for a while now. The reason I became obsessed with the idea of this lipstick was because I got one of those sample cards that lets you test out colors. And one of those colors was Indian Rose, this one right here. And I used up that sample card. And in fact, I ordered something else from Sephora, or was it Nordstrom's? I don't even remember. That would give me the sample card again. And I used up that sample card. And then I realized I really missed it. And that's when I knew I needed to buy this lipstick. And so this is where we're at. And in fact, I wanted to line my lips. I did want to line my lips. I don't normally line my lips. And I don't normally line my lips with this, but I wanted to give it a shot. This is the Lisa Eldridge lip liner in Muse. So I wanted to do that because I thought it would match nicely. And this Indian Rose shade is not a super pigmented shade. And that's part of the reason why I let myself buy it. Because I said I would use this every day. And I'm more now of the mindset that if you're gonna go to like the bougie, expensive and stuff, if you're gonna use it every day, go get it, go do it, go buy it, go invest, because then it's an investment. But if you're gonna buy something and it's gonna sit in your closet or you're gonna whip it out for only special occasions, whatever, I just think every day of living is a special occasion. If coronavirus has not taught us this, shame on us. Oh my God. This lipstick is so beautiful. I think I hear music in my head when I put on this lipstick. Either that or it's the voices still talking to me about how dare you have spent this much money on this. I did buy it on like a little bit of a sale. It's still ridiculously pricey. This is a beautiful rose color. It's just a pretty everyday rose color. It's opaque enough. It has a slight sheen. It wears down really, really well. I've worn it all day. I love it. It's beautiful. Don't yell at me, people. It's gorgeous. And it's my only Tom Ford product. And I think it's going to remain my only Tom Ford product. Though I am tempted to buy one of those like single eye topper things, but I know that you can find those on sale at those like Estee Lauder company stores. I've been to an outlet, and I know my sister picked one up, so I know they exist there, so I'm gonna let it go. But for now, this one is my little treasure. I love you. I love you, Tom Ford. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This was today's video. Make the investment if you want. Go back to tried and true MAC Love Me or some other wonderful formula like NARS Velvet Glide. You don't have to spend this much on it, but I did. I'm happy I did. I'll treasure it always, and I'm going to pan this one day to prove myself right, that I picked the right shade, one that I will be using for a while. Oh, and the smell? Not terribly scented, very warm, soft vanilla, similar to Charlotte Tilbury. I like that. I really do, because I feel like some other lip brands, I can't use them. Like YSL, I tried to use it the other day and my lips just like kind of like blistered on the inside. So fragrant, so fragrant. But, and Chanel too, and others, but this one I like that the scent is mild. So anywho, that's the Lippie du jour. Hope you enjoyed it, and come back and visit me tomorrow. All right. Bye, everyone.